I await news from the Hall of Appointments, but surely you aren't their messenger. The ruler of the House of Ballad serves no one. Order? I care nothing for order. It is the others who insist on such foolishness and frippery. However, if you are the one who determines such things, may I ask that you place me behind the warlord Wenery? I enjoy watching her backside travel. It would be best if Garnet trails far behind Great Huntress Hartman. Once at each other's throats, those two are difficult to tear apart. Always a pleasure. I am at your service. How may I serve you, Your Eminence? Always a pleasure.
Welcome.
Weapons? Can you get over here? We don't have... Barred by strangers in Issa, and they're sitting... Ah, well, here comes a fresh face. Okay, then.
I've got what you need if you're looking to buy. I don't have many weapons to offer. On account of the peace edict, but have a good day.
What is it, friend? You've been watching me long enough. What is it? Did I wrong you in another life, brother? Goodbye.
I hope you're here about the job. Demand is higher than ever. I'm just too busy to deal with anything else. Making a fortune is what? These visitors come with obscene amounts of gold or treasure. They don't mind parting with it. My plan was brilliant. I created a blade, Fey blade, of course, that makes them authentic, something all of them had to have. That's all they care about anyway. Fey souvenirs. I called it the Honor brand. Truth be told, it's dull as a stick, but it's easy to make. Listen, if you can find the parts and make them, I'll pay good money. Fact, once you start there should be plenty of parts around the city. For creatures with no... It's you and me, friend.
Ah.
What is it?
Sounds like you've been busy. Open up your pack. Yes, you've done well. Take this gold. It's goodbye.
If you're looking to drown your worries at the bottom of a bottle, this is the place for you. I'm Gertrude Asker, and this is my establishment. But if you're looking for the Victor's Brew, we don't sell that in Asker's Alley, and you'll have to take your business elsewhere. It's the most popular drink in Amalur, at least it is now. My Asker's Ale used to be the preferred beverage, but every day brings more cancelled orders. My brother and I are working on a new drink, but it requires something special. Wait a minute. Maybe you could help. If you do, I could see to it that the merchants in Issa treat you well. So here's what we're thinking. Bring back our grandmother's favorite Asker's Draft, a classic. The recipe calls for bristletongue seeds, and if you're talking rare ingredients, bristletongue tops the list. It's worthless for potions, but tastes fabulous. The problem is that the Fae control the use of bristletongue, as it's a product of the Font's waters. Talk to Jackson, their apothecary. He can probably get it for us. He spends his time in the Lyceum Grove in the Understyle section of town. He's an odd duck, always crafting new tonics. Some advice? Good luck.
The House of Ballads must have taught you courtly manners, but not enough to keep you from interrupting. What is it, Your Grace? I am not petty, but I have limits, as do we all. I know I should lead the formation because of my position, but other, more tender individuals will insist otherwise. Whatever you do, do not make me walk behind the High Fae Mage Goronet. How shall I put this? He has an odor. If you value this position, you will make sure Lord Setter is not behind Huntress Hartwin. She finds him despicable, as do I. Of course, but see that it doesn't happen again.
Don't bring your dark here to me.
This is a place of great importance. Please refrain from touching anything.
was welcome to the Lyceum Grove, where the majesty of the font is glorified and regulated. I am Jackson, apprentice to the fontmaster and steward of tinctures and elixirs. Bristletongue, my, that would be something. But for a steward of tinctures and elixirs, I often dabble in alchemy, especially with the water from the font. And I need you to... Good. Go on, big gulps. If you ever wish to learn, come visit.
This dwelling gets quite raucous. You mortals have a strange tendency to befoul anything you touch.
If you see that rodent Brick Hodkin, you tell him
This is not your place, Dustling. You are not meant to be here. Mortals have no place on the font. Many believe that the font supplies all of the Western Feylands, the realm of the Summer Court, with their magic. Its flow touches all of us with its gifts. I am guardian of the Court of Summer and protector of the font. I watch over the most precious of the city's blossoms, including its petals open once every few seasons, lifetimes for mortals such as you. But its seeds are potent and volatile, hence my vigil. I patrol the gardens near the... It is time to leave.
This is a waste of time. If you want to see a remarkable sight, venture to the
You've got the seeds. Now we'll see if the Victor's Brew can stand up to a new challenger. I'll have a batch of Asker's draft ready before the week is out. Take this, friend. And like I promised, the merchants here will give you a discount. You've got a home here in the alley for as long as you like. The ambassador, so the Almain approached my family. See you soon.
Hello, there, pretty. Come, talk a spell. If you're new in the city... I can help. I know Bye now.
Hello, child.
You feel it, don't you? Anyone intimate with the ways of magic can detect the waning current. You're like me, is this how it happened at the House of Ballots? Did Hallam foresee this slow decay? I had a feeling he did. Of the Gardens of Issa? Of the Summer Court? Why, this crystal wall may be the end of all I know because I am Nomeron, master of the font, the wellspring of all Summer Court magic. I've seen it flow at its highest, but I've never seen it so dry. Something must be done before all this city withers into nothingness. The font, that flow has... The font, however, it can only be open. Collect water from... Goodbye. Saramar will teach you the ways of the Fae.
I am the great huntress Hartwin, and you are not allowed on the trellis. What brings you here, beautiful? How quaint. Well, I am the most respected and most deserved to lead. Besides, I detest that harlot, Warlord Winry. So it is only right I meet the High King before her. Every one of our kind has a gift, they say, a role in the telling. Mine is to seek harmony with nature, by keeping the wild fae under control. Most of my seasons are spent in the shadows of the country. I have come to the Gardens of Issa to report the decay of wild fae. They are disappearing, and the king must be informed. Either they are vanishing due to the decline in fae magic, or someone is hunting them. It's my duty to discover which story is true. The trellis was created as common ground where the members of the great houses may meet to however, it's not been... Goodbye.
Yes. How strange. A dust lake.
Hello. Welcome. Oh, I am Lord Saramar, the High Lore Sage of Issa. I am here to answer all questions regarding the House of May good fortune follow. I am at your service.
Yes, Your Grace. So, you're done. A right group of snakes, eh? So, any insight into how I should present them so as not to tug their writhing tails? It's good that someone does. Go on. Let's line up these backstabbing serpents. Yes, yes. Of course. And then? All right. Next. Yes, yes. Excellent. That's a perfect order for these fools. Saves me the trouble of talking to them. Farewell, Honorable One.
I don't recognize you. You in Isa?
Have you seen four Fey nobles? I can't find them. I've caught the voices of my old companions.
Greetings. Be well.
The peace edict must be obeyed.
You've done it. You've done well, Child of the Dust. Those below will never know what has really happened. But in the end, is this a part of the many seasons or the sudden tempest? Does hiding the rot not spoil the heart? Take this. You're brave. Perhaps we will meet again. It is the source of summer, wise and power. The summer court, I feel this most mortals know, as it is in every sea. It is the source of. May your gods protect you, mortal.
Be well.
Dustling. Welcome to the trellis, Dustling. This is a sacred walk. You gaze down. Just look at the House of Valor, the crumpled husk of its former self. Is this the fate of all our kind? To be wrung in the hands of the mortal world, to wither and fade? The House of Seasons was where those in tune with the great cycle went to understand. But the great house now stands empty, its occupants gone. King Titarian will not speak of it, but I know something has happened. Whatever it is, the signs are ominous. Growth is violent, and nothing can reach fruition without surviving conflict. That is nature's way. Now, however, this great house has fallen to mortals such as you. That is why this sanctuary has withered and faded. Visit me again.
High King Titarian is waiting for you. Please place the codex before him, and he will
Grand
continue.
as this is, I can't help but worry about Hughes.
Conceived in chaos, birthed in stolen magic, torn from fate, child of two fathers, treacheries in treacheries, winter is broken. King upon his throne, drinking flattery and lies. The power that grows in him is not his own. In the east it did begin, as it will end. From behind the veil she screams. Madness and rage. Madness and rage. We realize this may be confusing for you. Fate, like the Fae, cannot be changed. But the Tuatha are Fae who have become something new, and you are a mortal who is free from Fate's weave. Gadflow claims that the Tuatha are the work of his new god. If the Tuatha are the creations of a god, what does that make you? The time of the Fae is passing. Our land and our souls are diminishing. Few Fae even realize that the Gadflow's war means the death of us all, Fae and mortal alike. It is written in the weave that we shall all pass from this world together. It is too late for us, but not for you. That is the fate which I look to you to change. The power of a god in the brash hands of a mortal. This is why Niralim fears what you might become. This age has seen much change. Change we once thought was impossible. We were wrong. You are intertwined with the power in the East. There can be no doubt of that. Your energy reaches back to Alabastra. We do not know what will happen when you travel there, but we know that the power behind Gadflow is your ultimate goal. His god holds your answer and the fate of this world. I thank you, and perhaps you can help change our world's fate as well. I have seen those who were destined to be heroes, for whom great deeds came naturally. They come, they act, and they pass on as written. You do great things not because you must, but because you choose to. That is by far a far truer greatness. Admirable. But strength of will cannot see you through this alone. You may be unbound by fate, but you are not free from death. Speak with your allies. Only with their aid can you hope to overcome the forces that stand against you. The weave is a puzzle. Each person is a piece, the edges of their fate locking together. However, you are no longer a puzzle piece. You are a dollop of paint. You cover and redefine the edges of the puzzle pieces you meet. But more dangerously, you repaint the picture of reality itself. Who can trust that your design is better than the original? It is the deepest tragedy that our fall should come from our own. Make no mistake, Gadflow is the harbinger of the end of my kind. In fighting him and his army, you will surely spell our doom. For that tragic truth, we forgive you. We are the dreams of warmth and safety, given physical form. But these dreams are endangered by Gadflow, since our kind returned to this world so long ago. My rule was always shared with the High King of the Winter Court, until Gadflow arose. Now both the Summer and Winter Courts have always ruled the Feylands in harmony, as the seasons wash across the world. But with Gadflow's new god, something changed. The Winter Fey who followed him called themselves Tuatha, and bore a mark of Prismir upon them. Their power has grown, and yet they are diminished. Our cold cousins across the sea. Do not think the Winter Court our enemies, for we love them as family, dismal though they may be. Oh, to walk in their starlit gardens once again, or sip their calming stone tea. But the Tuatha have consumed them, and all of their wonders are...
Who would have thought you were so interesting? Death seems to have worked out very well for you. Agarth's looking for escape, Niralim's looking for a savior, and Tatarian is looking for a champion, and somehow, you're giving everyone what they want. I'm impressed. You're right. This won't be easy. The Tuatha have our forces under siege at Mel Senshir, and their power has only grown over the years. You'll need more help than just me and that old Fate Weaver. You'll need an army. A few years ago, one warrior could have slipped past unnoticed, but stealth is no longer an option, not even for me. But there is hope. In the plains of Erethdale there waits a player who has been away from this game for far too long. It is time to contact General Telera. Meet me in the village of Emer, and I will tell you everything. We are the charmed, the subtle, and the inspired. In happier days, we were the loftiest of the mortal races. We despise open war. But for decades, the Tuatha have been at war with us, pushing into our lands and forcing us to take up arms. General Talera was in charge of our forces to the east in Cluracan. But a decade ago, Witch Knight Malwyn and his Tuatha army drove her forces back. Since then, she's been looking for some way to take back the land she lost and regain her honor. You might be just the help she needs. Be on your way.
I couldn't make out half of what the king was saying, but it sounds like you've got your work cut out for you. Good thing you won't be facing it alone. In fact, I think I've got a lead on finding an old friend of ours. Old Fomorous Hughes, of course. If anybody can help, it's bound to be the gnome who brought you back to life. I've been asking around and I was able to make contact with his superior. He thinks he might be able to help find Hughes. All gnome scholars have a Templar who sponsors their research, and apparently Hughes' sponsor, Templar Octien, is desperate to find him. Go southwest to the Hollowlands and Detir. Octien will be waiting there to discuss how you might reach Hughes. You're not the only...
I just wanted to say how Agarth's looking for an escape. Death has worked out very well for you. Be on your way.
Yes, Dustling.
My experience with you has convinced me that fell persons, while slightly stupid and aggravating, are not completely useless. There is no more important nature than that which lusts for battle. Creation and destruction are sisters in the great cycle, both necessary to maintain the balance. I am the flame that blackens the dirt, the smoke that blocks the sun. My time in the Withering War was my finest hour, but those seasons are long past now.
Hello again, traveler. You've come about Drog's toothpicks, right? Shall we get to... Yes, I was recently contacted. So, that said, you can pay me now, and this can all be over with. I suppose you're right. I can part with the daggers for half of... Wait, I hid the daggers in the hidden in the sheet. See you around.
My blood is on fire!
Still, it is... We must go to Rundemir. Make sure you... I will meet you there. Another time, then.
A Sid! I shall administer this to Luca at once. This here stops you. Safe travels. Greetings.
Hello there.
Greetings.
Thank you, stranger. Our house tells me if it were not for you, I would not have... I am not accustomed to such injury. Usually I am more than... I have no desire to encounter that thresh again. Do not make that claim. In truth, please reconsider. For if you want... The thresh attacked me in the... But, farewell. You've returned.
Hello there. Well met.
It is that we will need to find it, and we must find. Be careful. The teeth of a brownie can leave a hideous scar.
Goodbye.
Good day.
You, please, take this reward. Farewell.
Welcome back. What can I... do for you?
Safe travels.
Well met.